There are 4.6 million active podcasts in the United States right now. 80% of those podcasters never turn their episodes into social media content, not because they don't know it would help them grow, but because they don't have the time and they don't know who to hire. That gap is a business, and right now it pays $1,200 a month per client. The service is called AI Content Repurposing, and the reason it pays well and stays in demand is something most people who talk about it never actually explain. I'm going to show you exactly what the work is, who pays for it, and how much, the free sample trick that lands clients faster than any cold email, and the honest window of time this opportunity actually exists before it closes. Here's what we're covering. First, what content repurposing actually is as a paid service and why businesses can't just do it themselves. Second, who your best clients are and what each type actually pays, because not every client is worth your time. Third, the exact approach that gets a first client in 2 to 3 weeks without a portfolio, without cold emailing strangers, and without spending anything. And fourth, the honest long-term picture, because this opportunity has a real shelf life, and you should know what it is before you build on it. A business creates content, a podcast episode, a YouTube video, a webinar, a long interview. That content goes to one place, reaches a limited audience, and most of its potential disappears. A podcaster records an episode that 500 people listen to on Spotify. That same episode, cut into short clips with captions, could reach 50,000 people on Instagram Reels. Turned into a newsletter, it reaches 2,000 email subscribers. Turned into a LinkedIn post, it reaches potential clients directly. The content was already made. The work to repurpose it is the only thing missing. That's your service. You take one piece of long-form content every week and you turn it into 15 to 20 pieces across different platforms. Short video clips with captions, a newsletter, LinkedIn and Twitter posts, a blog post, quote graphics. You deliver everything. Client posts it, or you post it for them. The tools that make this economically possible are what changed in the last 2 years. Opus Clip takes a long video and automatically identifies the best moments for short clips. It adds captions, reformats for vertical video, and gives each clip an AI score predicting its viral potential. The output is about 70% ready. You fix the remaining 30%. Awkward cuts, caption errors, wrong tone. Cast Magic does the same for podcasts. Upload one episode, and it generates show notes, a newsletter draft, social posts, and timestamps automatically. ChatGPT handles the writing, tweets, LinkedIn posts, email copy, but raw ChatGPT output is not deliverable. You edit it until it sounds like the client, not like a language model. Total tool cost is $60 to $100 a month. That is your only real business expense. The actual time per client is around 4 hours a week once your workflow is solid, 16 hours a month. At $800 a month, that's $50 an hour. At $1,200 a month, it's $75 an hour. 3 clients at $800 each is $2,400 a month for 48 hours of work. That's the model. But the model only works if you pick the right clients. And the difference between a good client and a bad one in this business is something most people figure out only after wasting 2 months on the wrong one. Podcasters are your best clients, and there's a clear reason for it. They are already producing content on a fixed weekly schedule. You don't have to wait for them to create something before you can work. The deliverables are predictable every single week. And podcasters already understand that clips drive their growth. Convincing them they need this service is rarely a difficult conversation. The sweet spot is mid-size podcasters with 500 to 10,000 monthly listeners, large enough to have a budget, small enough to have no in-house team. Monthly rate, $600 to $1,000. Coaches and consultants are the second best option, and they pay the most. Business coaches, fitness coaches, real estate coaches, they run regular webinars, workshops, and interviews, all of which are repurposable content. Budget is rarely the obstacle for established coaches. The challenge is that they can be demanding, more revision, requests, slower approval cycles, higher expectations. Target coaches with a real following and an existing content output. Generic life coaches usually have lower budgets and higher demands. Avoid them early on. Monthly rate, $800 to $2,000. Local businesses, real estate agents, lawyers, financial advisors, doctors are an underrated option that most people in this space completely ignore. These people are regularly producing video content, property tours, legal explainers, health tips. They have almost no understanding of social media. They don't need to be convinced with a pitch. They need to see a before and after. Show them their current video with 200 views. Then show them what a clipped, captioned reel from the same content looks like. They pay less, $400 to $700 a month, but they are low maintenance, stable, and easy to retain for a long time. YouTube creators in the 10,000 to 100,000 subscriber range are technically the right size, but they are the hardest clients to work with early on. They are price sensitive, they have strong opinions about their content, and they require more back and forth than the time investment justifies. Once your workflow is solid and your confidence is high, they become viable. In the first 3 months, focus on podcasters and local businesses first, so you know who to target. The question is how you get in front of them in a way that actually converts, and the approach that works best in this business is unlike anything you'd expect. Most people trying to land clients in this space send cold emails that say something like, "Hi, I offer content repurposing services. Interested?" That gets a 1 to 2% response rate. 100 emails for 1 or 2 replies, mostly no. There is a different approach that gets a 20 to 30% response rate, and the difference is that you do the work before you ask for anything. Find a podcaster whose show you can listen to for free. Pick 1 episode, run it through Opus Clip and select the 3 best clips. Run it through Cast Magic and clean up the newsletter draft it generates. You now have 3 finished short video clips and a ready-to-send newsletter from content this person already made. Email them. Tell them you listened to their episode. You made these 3 clips and a newsletter from it, and you're attaching everything at no charge. Tell them this is what you do professionally for podcasters every week, and ask if they'd be interested in talking. They have already seen your work before they respond. They have already imagined receiving this every single week. The conversion from that email to a paid client is dramatically higher than any pitch or proposal you could write. Each outreach of this kind takes 1 to 2 hours of actual work. Do 5 of these in a week, and you will likely land 1 to 2 clients. That is your first month's income. Where to find these podcasters? Podmatch.com has podcasters actively looking for services. Reddit's r/podcasting community post questions about growth and outsourcing every week. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Search any niche, find mid-size shows, check if they have a website or Instagram, find a contact email. The research takes 30 minutes. The outreach takes 2 hours. 5 outreaches a week for 2 weeks, 10 total, and your first client is almost certain. Once you have a client, the goal is to keep them. And retention in this business is almost entirely determined by one thing that has nothing to do with the quality of your content. The clients who stay for 6 to 12 months are not necessarily the ones getting the best content. They are the ones whose freelancer delivers on the same day every week, communicates proactively, and never makes them chase for updates. Reliability is your entire competitive advantage over agencies that charge $3,000 and deliver in a week. You charge $800 and deliver in 48 hours. That is the whole value proposition. Set a fixed delivery day for every client and never miss it. If something is delayed, communicate before the deadline, not after. Every 4 weeks, send a short summary of what was delivered that month and 1 suggestion for improving results. This makes clients feel like they have a partner, not a vendor. Partners don't get replaced. Vendors get replaced when something cheaper shows up. Pricing structure? Set a floor of $500 per month and never go below it. Below that number, the math on your time stops working. A standard podcaster package at $600 to $800 a month covers weekly clips, social posts, and a newsletter draft. A full service package at $1,000 to $1,200 adds a blog post and scheduled posting. Raise rates after 90 days with every client. A 10 to 15% increase framed as a service upgrade is almost never rejected by a client who is happy with your work. Now I want to talk about something that most videos on this topic avoid completely: the honest timeline of how long this opportunity actually lasts and what you should be doing with the income while you have it. AI tools are getting better every year, and the trajectory is not slowing down. Opus Clip today is significantly more capable than it was 2 years ago. Cast Magic has improved consistently every 6 months. At some point in the next 2 to 4 years, these tools will be good enough that a business owner with 30 minutes can do what currently takes a skilled freelancer 16 hours a month. That window will close. This is the honest picture. What that means practically is that the people building this service right now have 2 to 4 years to convert the income into something more durable. A course teaching others how to do this, an agency with a team, a different service entirely funded by what this one earned. The people treating this as a long-term permanent career without a plan to evolve will eventually find the market shrinking. The people using this as a high-income bridge to the next thing will look back on this as the opportunity that funded everything else. The clients you build relationships with over 12 months are not going to fire you the day a better tool comes out. Switching cost is real. They trust you, your workflow is integrated into theirs, and learning a new tool takes effort they don't want to spend. Relationships are the moat. The tools are not. Here's the complete picture. Content repurposing pays $600 to $1,200 a month per client for 16 hours of monthly work once your workflow is solid. Podcasters are your best starting clients. Predictable content, real budget, easy to convince. The free sample approach converts at 20 to 30% because the client sees your work before you ask for anything. Reliability and fast delivery are your entire competitive advantage over expensive agencies. And the window on this opportunity is real, 2 to 4 years before tools close the gap. Which means the income you build now should be funding the next thing, not just the current one. 3 clients at $800 each. That's $2,400 a month, 48 hours of work. No office, no inventory, no employees. And every client relationship you build is an asset that tools alone cannot replace. If you want to know what people do with this kind of recurring freelance income to build something that doesn't depend on their time at all, that's exactly what the next video covers. Stay tuned for that.